these men come from horny cultures, and when they come and see women in bikinis or if they show a little bit of skin, they can't control themselves, and then they just grab him. But he's got no shame. You got a husband? Don't worry about it. He doesn't need to know. I wouldn't tell him if you don't. Jeez, I'm a man and even I'm getting scared. Look at their warning signs. White German woman is sexually assaulting a brown immigrant man. Brown migrant woman is being sexually harassed by a native German man. It's because they are raised with this thinking that white Western women are cheap whores. I'm surprised he didn't try to guilt trip her by saying, hey, look, Israel is bombing my people. You know, I'm so desperate. Can you please give me a BJ? They feel bad for them. They give them pity sex. Oh. These poor men, they've been through a lot. Come on, let me help you out. Let me relieve some of your energy. All right, folks, this is Sultan, and this issue of migrant men from third world misogynistic, horny cultures coming into Europe and then sexually assaulting Western women is getting out of hand. So much so that a German police union official recommended that all migrant men from horny cultures must be banned from entering swimming pools. However, that is not something new. This has been going on for at least a decade. Let me show you this. This is a BBC article back from 2016. Cologne attacks migrant men banned from German swimming pool. And that's not the only one. Germantown bans male refugees from swimming pool. Male asylum seekers in Germany are banned from public swimming pools. And the reason for that is because, as I said, these men come from horny cultures, and when they come and see women in bikinis or if they show a little bit of skin, they can't control themselves, and then they just grab them. That's the reason why Islam says that, you know, you should separate men and women. You shouldn't let them intermingle. That's the reason why these people are about, I'd say about 200 years behind from the West. Western men have been civilized, tamed over centuries. They've been told that, hey, if you see a woman in a bikini or in skimpy clothes, then it doesn't mean that she's asking you to come and grab her. That's not what it means. But who's going to tell these people? Let me show you the video of this German police official. I'm not going to play the whole video because it's a bit long, but I'll include the link in the description so you can watch the whole video yourself.
Selbstverständlich kann man solche Taten nie in Gänze verhindern, und sie gab es auch schon immer wieder, nur nicht in dieser Intensität. Und wenn sie
just not to this extent. So it's been happening for a long time where migrant men have been harassing and sexually assaulting German women for a long time, but now the frequency is increasing. Why? Because the woke police and the woke politicians thought that if we do something about it, then it's going to be racist. So better let our women get raped and sexually assaulted than be labeled racist. That just doesn't make any sense.
mich fragen, wären die Betriebe auch gut daran bemessen zu sagen, größere Gruppierungen von männlichen, insbesondere aus den Asylherkunftsländern, kommen da so einfach nicht ins Freibad. Denn hier geht es darum, dass ein Erlebnis, ein Freizeitspaß für Frauen, für die ganze Familie im Vordergrund stehen muss. Und wenn wir jetzt zulassen, dass unsere Freibäder zur Hochsaison eigentlich nur noch ein Angstraum werden, dann haben wir...
So anyway, so you can watch the whole video, you get the gist of it. By the way, it's not just the women who are at risk here. Western men, because they don't go in large groups, they don't go look for trouble. Western men are being assaulted by these groups of men as well. You know why? Because they come in a large group of 5, 6 people, and then they start harassing girls, then they start harassing people. If somebody tries to stop them, then they turn on them. Something very similar happened to a lifeguard in Melbourne. Look at this.
Chilling pictures tonight of a gang of young cowards wanted for bashing a defenceless lifeguard at an Warren Aquatic Centre. The boys assaulted the young worker in front of dozens of families. Lana Murphy reports.
They arrived in a pack, acted like animals, then ran away like cowards, and police want you to see their faces.
5 teenagers have been charged over the terrifying attack on a young lifeguard at a Warren swimming pool. The youths were arrested during a series of search warrants at homes across the city's southeast. They face charges of affray and assault and have been bailed to return to court in May.
Actually, I don't know what happened to them. We are in July now, so I don't know what happened to them. They never released that information. I bet it was just ignored as a first offense, and these people are still getting welfare payments from Centrelink. But it's not just limited to swimming pools. Let me show you this video where a big African man approaches a German woman who is just out on a walk with her children. Look at this.
Guck mal, ich bin hier mit meinen Kindern am Spazieren und ich werde einfach die ganze Zeit verfolgt von so einem Mann.
She's saying she's always getting followed by men. And this time she actually films it. And her husband is out there working, trying to provide for his family, paying taxes. And the government is supporting the lifestyle of these migrants who are harassing these women using their tax dollars or euros. That's the irony of it. Well, that's the sad part of it.
Ruft mich die ganze Zeit. So gruselig.
Excuse me. Oh, look at that Prince Charming over there.
Ja.
Sie wunderschön, sie sehr, sehr schön.
Okay.
Sie wunderschön.
Dankeschön.
What is this? Did he blow a kiss? Look. Oh my God.
Schön.
Dankeschön. Ich bin aber gerade am Spazieren mit meinen Kindern. Ich habe einen Mann. Wir würden hier auch
Meet
gerne
my husband.
spazieren.
Obviously, your husband is out of work and she's just saying that to him to deter him. But he's got no shame. You got a husband? Don't worry about it. He doesn't need to know. I wouldn't tell him if you don't.
Ich habe sie gesehen von hinten.
Habe ich bemerkt.
Moment.
I think it didn't mean her. I think he means you. I think the subtitles don't actually make sense. I think he's saying, I saw you from behind.
Ich habe sie gesehen von hinten. Sie boom hinten.
Okay. Habe ich
Ja.
gesehen. Was will ich denn?
Ich habe gesehen von hinten. Sie haben boom von hinten.
Okay, aber ich habe auch
Look at the rage in his eyes. He's so. Look at him. I want to boom you. They need to be castrated. Look at that. No shame. No game. That's not how you pick up a chick.
Aber ich habe auch einen Mann.
Sie sehr schön.
Danke.
That's just pure sexual frustration. Jeez, I'm a man and even I'm getting scared.
Dankeschön.
Sie haben Mann. Sie haben Mann.
Ja, ich habe einen Mann.
Egal.
You have a husband? Never mind.
Wir müssen ein Date haben.
Nein, danke.
Bleiben Sie stehen.
When your husband goes to work, why don't you come and see me? Have a date.
Ich bin mit meinen Kindern.
Your children, don't worry. Put them to sleep. And let's just do it. Right here in the corner.
Ich nur mit Ihnen rede, kurz wollen ein Date. mit
Nein,
Ihnen,
ich
bitte.
möchte kein Date.
Oh my
Dankeschön.
God.
Ich würde mich auch freuen, wenn Sie mich jetzt in Ruhe lassen.
Aber Sie magnifik, Sie sehr schöne Augen, schöne Nase und hinten bumm. Ich habe gesehen, ich muss reden mit dieser
Können
Frau.
Sie bitte gehen?
Bitte.
Können Sie bitte einfach gehen und mich in Ruhe lassen? Dankeschön.
Aber ein Kuss.
Oh, one kiss.
Bitte gehen.
I think she ran away after this. That's terrifying. That is fucking terrifying. Where are all the men? They're out there working, paying taxes. Anyway, check out the irony of it, yeah? So we have noticed hundreds of cases where migrant men are assaulting white German women. And you know what woke German swimming pools are saying? Look at their warning signs. Check this out. This is funny. You can't make shit up. So a campaign against sexual harassment at a Cologne swimming pool has gone viral after a series of images shows white people assaulting immigrants. So this white German woman is sexually assaulting a brown immigrant man and is saying, stop, don't assault these poor migrant men. Okay, so they've even thrown women under the bus. If it was a white man doing it, I'd be like, it's still pretty bad because they don't do that. But okay, it's like in this woke ideology, they're not even feminists anymore. I just don't know how their mind works. I can't make any sense out of this. Okay, it gets better. Look at this. A brown migrant woman is being sexually harassed by a native German man. And it came just this week. 4 Syrian migrants were arrested on suspicion of sexually assaulting at least 9 underage girls between 11 and 17 at the Barbaros-Sabad swimming pool in Hesse. And after that, 2 more Syrian men are being investigated for the assault of a 12-year-old girl at a similar complex in Hof. 2 foreign nationals sexually abused a 16-year-old girl at a swimming pool in Vienna. In May, a 30-year-old Afghan was facing a possible 1-year suspended prison sentence after admitting to groping a 14-year-old girl at a pool in Belgium. All of this is happening, but the woke community is still gaslighting the native public. Something's got to give. This is unsustainable. And by the way, it's not just in Germany or in France. Let me show you a fresh video straight out of Ireland. Ireland. Listen to this Irish woman.
So I'm just here standing waiting for my bus, minding my business, and this dirtbag comes up to me and asks me where I'm from. Told me, they're all mad in town. He told me he's from Palestine, and then asked me did I want to have sex. Just straight up asked me, you want sex? I was like, no, don't want sex. No sex? No, fuck off. You dirty fucking bastard.
I've said this before. You know why they say that? It's because they are raised with this thinking that white Western women are cheap whores. They wear revealing clothes. They are whores. They just want to go and fuck everything that moves. That's the mentality that they are raised with. He's just going up to a woman. He's like, oh, you guys love sex, don't you? So why don't you give it to me? I'm surprised he didn't try to guilt trip her by saying, hey, look, Israel is bombing my people. You know, I'm so desperate. Can you please give me a BJ? Can you please, sit on my lap? And I actually wouldn't be surprised if some woke people say, hey, the people are getting bombed. These are migrants, they don't get to have sex. I think we should volunteer ourselves to have sex with them. They got to relieve their energy and frustration, I think we need to relieve them. That's what purple-haired woke women would do. I think they would do that. Don't think I'm exaggerating. Wait a second. Let me show you something. Look at these women. All migrant men dancing with them. This is in Spain, by the way. Let me show you some more. 100% I guarantee you. They feel bad for them. They give them pity sex. This world. Look at this. There's more. Oh. These poor men, they've been through a lot. Come on, let me help you out. Let me relieve some of your energy. This is fucked. I don't know. Let me show you one more. Look at this poor German woman.
Ich fühle einfach Berlin, Neukölln, 0%. Was ist das? Ich wohne hier seit Jahren und von Tag zu Tag regt mich noch mehr auf. Ich bin so froh, wenn ich hier raus bin. Wer findet das schön? Wer? Hinter jeder zweiten Ecke gefühlt ist jemand, der Drogen nimmt. Nachts schreien ständig irgendwelche besoffene Menschen. Ich denke so, darf ich schlafen bitte? Überall voll mit Läden, bei denen draußen Männer sitzen, die dich beobachten, wenn du vorbeiläufst. Auf offener Straße wird man von irgendwelchen Menschen mit einem Schraubenzieher angegriffen. Von einem Fremden, ohne was getan zu haben. Niente. Man geht auf die Hasenheide, möchte einfach entspannt ein bisschen Natur genießen, alle 2 Meter einfach ein Drogendealer. Du fühlst dich 0% sicher. Und wenn ich als Frau hier alleine rausgehe, werde ich immer mindestens einmal ekelhaft angemacht, wenn ich draußen bin. Ich bekomme so einen Hals. Du bist in deiner Wohnung und hörst einen Schuss. Jede Nacht hörst du Polizei.
It's horrible. And they've done this to their own people. Suicidal empathy. I think this is creating the grounds for Hitler 2.0. And it's not just going to be one dictator in Germany or in France. I think it's going to happen simultaneously in many European countries. We're going to see a lot of dictators emerge because I think democracy cannot fix this anymore. You're going to need a strong man who's going to come on a strong rhetoric, who's going to say, I will deport every foreign born. I would deport every non-white. This is where it's headed. And brown and black people who've been born there for multiple generations, even they will fall under the sword of this new fascism. It's going to happen. Because these lefty woke Marxist idiots, they don't understand. They constantly underestimate the power of self-preservation. I don't think white people are just going to fizzle out. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't know much about the AFD, but it seems like the AFD is a bit more far-righty. But they got a lot of votes. They obviously didn't get enough to form a government, but who's to say they won't get more votes in the next elections, especially when you see police union officials, ordinary women, are crying out for attention. They're asking, they're begging the government for help, and they're not doing anything. Instead, they're bringing in more migrant men. So, I don't know. Interesting times ahead, certainly.